Enrique is going to walk us through one of our three components of our budget that by law we need to present and document for the public, not only through these presentations, but ultimately through our official budget communications that will go out late April, early May. So this is our administrative budget. He'll walk us through what that proposal looks like before we go on to maintenance and then transportation.
Good evening, everyone. This is an initiative budget. I have two topics for today. We will have a budget update. And then I'll discuss the administrative budget. In the budget update, we got additional $1.1 million under the legislative proposal. And that includes the $183,000 for pre-K. If we decide not to get pre-K, like Margaret said, we will have to give it back. Our health insurance premiums, since the last time that we discussed them, are going up from an increase of 6% to an increase of 8%, and that's around $250,000 in our budget. We have 10 teachers that are retired, and 2 of them from the elementary school, and the rest from mainly the middle school. Due to the fact that there's an increase in the health premium from 6 to 8%, our boss's administrative budget also will increase $50,000. We asked the board to do a capital project for the DP cafeteria. I added for that capital project $150,000. I'm expecting that if the board agrees and the community agrees, we will have an additional $150,000 also for the capital project for the budget for the 23-24 school year. And then, like we discussed, we need to increase the budget by $80,000 for the pre-K offering. The idea is that the pre-K offering will have 2 teachers, 2 teaching assistants, and then whatever is needed for materials, supplies, and furniture. Next, please. So on January 20, when we had our first budget meeting, I spoke and I said that our preliminary budget was going to be between 85.1 and 86.6. Due to these factors that I just discussed, I moved it to 86.1 to 86.6. That represents an increase of between 2.1 and 2.7%. Our preliminary tax levy back in January 20 was between 50 and 50.8, an increase of between 3.5 and 4.9. Due to the increased state aid, now our preliminary tax levy is between 50.1 and 50.4. And now I want to talk about the administrative budget. The administrative budget is the smallest part of our budget. By law, I need to show you the budget in 3 parts. Program that represent everything that goes directly to the students. That obviously is the biggest part. Our goal has always been to have this part of the budget at over 30%. Each year it's about 82.7. Then we have our capital budget that includes debt and everything that we need to have the operations of the district, and then our administrative budget that represents 6%. Our administrative budget is divided by 4 different parts. First, the general support. General support represent the expense of the Board of Education and the district clerk. This year, the expense of the Board of Education is going up substantially. And that's mainly due to the fact that we're moving some of the expenses that were coming either from my budget or Joe's budget to this budget because they are part of this budget. And that's mainly Greg and the support that we need to have all our board meetings televised and then put in YouTube. Then we have our district clerk that represents the salary, dues, expenses for our district clerk, and that's an increase of 3.2% or $610. So the general support increase is close to 30%, but only an increase of $7,700. Our next part is central administration. Central administration represents 30% of the administrative budget, and that represents the office of the superintendent, my business office, and that includes the treasurer, auditors, tax, and internal and external auditors. The part that is going up a little bit is internal and external auditors. We didn't have for several years an increases, so they asked us for a small increase of 4.3%. So the total central administration increase is 2.6% compared to last year for $41,000. Central services represent legal costs. Legal costs are going up also. Like everything else, our legal counsel is increasing their fees. Then we talk about personnel department. Personnel department is going up substantially because Laura's salary came from here rather than technology. So we see a substantial decrease here, but we're going to have to see the same increase in the technology budget. The cost of running our public relations is basically the same. I'm expecting our insurance program in general for the whole district to go up about 5.2%. We don't have the last numbers, but that's the expectation. And then our BOCES administrative fees are going down 0.5%. We discussed that before. So our total services are going down about 14.5% or $152,000, and obviously that's a salary that was moved out of this part. And finally, the most important and the biggest part of the administrative budget is curriculum development and supervision. By the way, the numbers in parentheses are the number of people that work in that department. So in this case, the Office of the Executive Director represents Margaret's salary and Jane's salary. That's an increase of 2.1%. Then we have curriculum and professional development. That's also a small increase. And then school district administration, that represents all our principals and their secretaries. That's why we have 24. The only administrators that are not here are the administration of special aid. And that's because that's going to be part of the special education program. So this part of the administrative budget is an increase of 1.1%. So I will make some final page is the total administrative budget. That in total is a decrease of $74,000 or 1.4%. That's it. Thank you to the high school and middle school art students. I've received more and more art to modify presentation, but it's difficult to pick the ones that I like the most, but they all are great. And now, any questions that you have?
Ellie, you have a question?
I do.
Under general support, the 102% that reflects Greg's help out here for board meetings, just remind me where that line item is going to be. We can look for the decrease because it's not here, right?
No, for example, a portion of the office of the superintendent of my office.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yes, that's where it was in the past. Last year and in the last probably 10 years, the amount was 6,970 because originally what I used this money more than anything was for training for the new board members, basically that. So we were discussing, let's set up, since this is the year where we're going to have so many movements from one account to the other one because of Princeton Black, let's clean all the account codes and put the expense where it belongs.
Okay, thanks. I just couldn't remember where it was coming from. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not your salary.
I have one question on the capital project for the BB cafeteria. So when I toured that with Anthony, one of the issues is we didn't know what was under the cafeteria, right? It might be bedrock, it might be concrete, it might be nothing. We didn't know. And it sounded like 150 to me was a very low estimate of what it could potentially be.
You're right. It's not close to being 150. I think the architect sent us like 1.1 million.
That's what I was hearing.
No, but that's what, because most of the money is going to come from the cafeteria fund. The
Okay.
cafeteria fund has, if you remember, has about
Yeah, it's a
a
surplus.
fund balance of about 700,000. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to use the 700,000. This
Plus this
150 plus 150 of the next year.
Okay, got it.
And so it's very important for us to say that this is a capital project, because if the community votes yes, and we always say this is a capital project, we get stated.
Correct. That's great. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Any other questions? Okay.